future. Good evening. I was in the pool. I know I kind of look. There's Maddie. Yay, guys. I messaged her earlier and was like, "Are you gonna be back here for Survivor Sunday?" So I can't wait to hear all about our adventures. I'm pressing accept. Let me press it again. There we go.
Hey, Tawnie. Hi, everyone.
Shallow. No, but seriously, it was so funny because like the
Sorry.
hours of like you flying out, I was like, I don't know how long it takes. So how long of a flight? Like,
So
tell
it
us
was
where you
like,
were.
so I just got back from Europe. I just flew out of Belgium earlier this morning. So I got back around like 3 p.m. It's an 8-hour flight. So, which actually like is not that long, but it felt so long because you're flying against like the wind to come back. So I think that makes it feel longer to me.
Well, and then also, I'm sure after like the whole trip, I know it was super mermaidy. I'm pretty proud that this much stayed on even after me swimming. And
Really, that's after swimming. It looks
yes, isn't that crazy that it still that much stayed on there? I did put like a little scuba mask on. I was trying. So
good. Yeah,
it was
that looks pretty good
for already swimming.
having gone through a whole day of swimming.
Are you in the Ollie?
Ollie.
Where's Ollie?
I'm not sure where that is or what that means, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody let us know where you guys are. So that's what's really cool about Survivor Sunday. Me and Maddie Maddie travels so much. And what's really cool is actually that is one of my favorite things about her. She's very inspiring in a lot of things, but she has helped me reignite the travel bug and not letting my anxiety and all that stuff stop you from doing things on your own. Oh, are we into the Olympics?
Yeah, so the Olympics. I went to the Olympics when that was okay. Originally why I went to Europe. Last weekend I went to the Paris Olympics for the men's rugby with my friend Chloe, who some of you might know, and that was so fun. We had a great time getting to see like all of those games, but we only stayed for one day, and then we went back to the Netherlands and did a bunch of traveling within the Netherlands.
That's so cool to say, like, you got to go see that is amazing. And you and Chloe, I'm sure you documented it. So is it going to be on the travel diaries?
Oh, yes, okay. Definitely. And the next Olympics is in LA, if I'm not mistaken.
It is? Oh my God. I've just been watching clips and stuff of it.
That's what I heard. That's what I learned is that the next one, I don't know if I think the next Olympics is in Los Angeles. So.
Absolutely. My expressions, I know. So I said, actually, Dina found it really funny this weekend. I said, I've learned that I can have a little bit of a filter. I said, but my face has subtext. Like, I can't help that
Yeah, no, exactly. Like the resting bitch face or whatever. Like, that's very much a thing. I have an RBF a lot of times, I feel like.
I feel like if I'm not smiling, like my focused face, people are like, "Are you mad?" And I'm like, "No, I'm like thinking," or like I'm like off.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, you're just thinking about something.
It's very interesting. So, traveling, but it's nice because I know you and Chloe have done quite a few travel trips together. So, was there anything like really like a tip?
I don't know. We went to I saw a lot of the Netherlands. She lives in Eindhoven, which is in the south. So we were staying in Eindhoven, but then we went up to like Utrecht. We went to Rotterdam. We went to Gouda and Delft. We went to like so many different like random towns. The town where the super famous Dutch porcelain that's like blue and white. We went to the town where that was invented, which was called Delft. So that was really cool.
That's so awesome. So I know I was really excited, Vinny, that this weekend or last weekend up in San Francisco, it was really nice because of the fact that with my anxiety, I did handle it. I talked to all.
Wait, so you're back now from SF?
Yeah, so I'm back home. I got back on Monday. It was just like a crazy long
A long
journey.
weekend.
Yes. Do you hear my cat in the background?
I do. I was
Okay.
wondering
I
what
know. I
that
was like, I
was.
have to go. I think I have to go open the door because I think he's just going to keep yelling till I do.
But yeah, no. So I want to hear a little bit about. I know we're keeping this short, but I want to hear a little bit about how the trip to San Francisco was.
So, what was really cool and different about this advocacy was that it was in places that you don't usually expect it. You know what I mean? Like, usually it's like, hey, this is specifically just for raising awareness. This is just for that. And so it was really cool. Like, I was like, wait, what are we doing at the San Francisco Marathon? Like, I don't understand the expo. Like, at this expo, there was like Nike, like Colgate, like all these random big brands, and then like our just little booth. And so it was really cool because the crowd, they're walking to go get their numbers. And I didn't know this. I don't know if anybody in here is like big into marathons and stuff, but like the San Francisco Marathon, because of the view and the whole thing, people from like around the world. So like I had no idea that there's going to be people from everywhere. Like
Like so much more exposure.
it was just so cool. But what was really eye-opening was like the amount of people who it was like me being a mermaid. They were like little kids and like adults. Like adults were like, oh, mermaid, oh, that's weird. And then
Like
they would see
intrigued.
they would see the sign. And it's kind of funny because what I loved was the people who I think at first thought like I was just some like paid mermaid, because they were like, oh, so like, oh, the mermaid just to like get people's attention. I'm like, well, no, I'm actually a 2-time brain aneurysm survivor. And I'm like, and this tail has my brain scan on it.
I'm actually just a mermaid. So...
I mean, yeah, that could be impressive enough, but I don't know why I'm like, not just any mermaid. Like,
exactly, a brain injury mermaid.
And it was just eye-opening, because what we always hear, oh my God, you're so young. I didn't know it could happen,
Right.
like, so that, and I mean, the amount of people who just shared, maybe they were like, oh, my sister had that. And I'm like, have you ever been checked? So it was just really cool to have those conversations. And like the amount of people who actually said like, oh my God, that's my worst fear. Like, why are you saying this? And I'm like, I'm not saying it to scare you. I'm like, my second aneurysm, we caught it before it ruptured. I was only in the hospital one day. I'm like, so it's all about knowing.
Yeah, it touches way more people than you might think. But like, as soon as you bring it up, it's like everyone knows a million other people.
They do. Oh my gosh, I didn't see all these comments over here. What the heck? Why weren't they showing up? Sorry. Oh wait, no, are they not there? Those are old ones. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Act like we've been live before on the other one.
The last one I see is from Vinny.
Yeah, okay, good. Wow, that's incredible. And it was also really cool because, sometimes, like, I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot of kids who were having a tantrum, and I was like, mermaid, hi, I have candy. Like, let me distract you.
Yeah, I have candy.
But it was really funny. I was like making sure I had stickers because some parents don't want their kids to have candy and stuff like that, and I get that.
No, of course. Yeah, you gotta
so I was like asking them. So I will say my former teacher-ness did come into play there. So that was really nice. And it was really cool. So then cut to we were at the expo 2 days, and then the third day is the actual race. And in the middle of this, I think it was Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. It's been a long day. But we went to the New York, the San Francisco Giants. And it was their second.
To be fair, there is a New York Giants as well, but
you go. You saw on my brain, and I'm talking to you, and I'm like, New York, Maddie.
Yeah.
But so it was their second annual pitch for brain health. And it was really cool to, again, shock people, like have, like there's kids, with their popcorn and stuff, and they're walking by, and then they're like, oh my God, mermaid. Like, so.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a good draw, like a hook.
It was just so awesome because for so long, I know a lot of you guys are like, we love you as the mermaid. Like, we think of you as the mermaid. But like in reality, I get a lot of hate for that. I get a lot of and like family members, like, it's just so silly. Like, can you just drop it?
Yeah, super silly.
And I've had people tell me like, you can't advocate properly and be a mermaid. Like they're two different things. You can't do that. No one's ever going to take you seriously. Like all these different things. And I just was like, no, let me do this how I want to do it, because I just feel like bringing a little bit of light, like, and I just made the joke, I'm like, I'm showing the rainbow of like a dark situation, that there can be some good out of it.
Exactly.
And so it was just cool to have that, and also be able to, I'm sure, have conversations like sometimes with the kiddos, like they would just come over for the candy and I would hand them the pamphlet and I'd be like, hand this to your mommy and like you get the candy. And so it was just really nice to do that. And I want every baseball team to do what they did. It was so cool. So they played like a clip of our Over the Edge, and I'm sure Dina had it planned. I don't know the whole logistics, but we had like a whole section of survivors and their caretakers and their family members. So like to just shout and like celebrate and have us all in one area, like it was just like at the summit, like when you're around a whole bunch of survivors, there's just this like feeling.
It's like an electric atmosphere.
Yeah. And like to the point of, I said the baseball game, we had so many home runs, and I looked at Dean, I said, you know, that's us survivors, right? I go, all of us little miracles over
like,
here.
Seriously. That's crazy.
So it was really, really cool. It was also, I want to be totally transparent, and that's why I was sharing, because some people were like, why was your emotional state not good? I also have an ovarian cyst, so I've been in pain. So even though it was a lot of fun, it was still like frustrating, because all of us can attest to, you've probably been at some sort of event and like your body is not cooperating. And so you're just like, it was the high of highs, but also a low of lows, where it was like just the frustration of like, could I have an event where it's not like, I already have neurofatigue, I already have aphasia, we already have all these things. Then you got to be like, oh, let my uterus just decide to. So
Yeah.
that's was hard, but it was also like really helpful, and just like, I don't know, I feel like, so once you battle, you're just like, well, it's okay, we'll get through this, like and you're like,
yeah, it's like too many problems all the time, constantly.
And then but people are like, but you're still smiling. You're like, because of course I am. Of course, like you always say,
like,
onward.
What other stuff do you have?
And like, I want to enjoy it. Like, I could sit there and be like, oh man, the whole time. And like, sometimes does that happen? But like, it's also, we got the second chance. And so I know that that's why I love being around you. Video, I'm sure it was very tiring trying to navigate around all of those places, but like you made some amazing experiences and inspired all of us.
And it's so important, I feel like, to show that. And my goal with doing stuff like that is to empower others and show them, like, you can do, like, we can do this. We are capable of so much more than, like, literally anyone else that we would be.
100%. And I think that's why it's so important to talk about. Like, that's why it was cool, because I'm like, I know everyone sees, they're like, oh, your anxiety. I'm like, it still is there. I've just worked so hard on it. And so
Yes.
I hope
Yes.
by still talking about it and showing people that, like, in the beginning, you guys, I was supposed to meet Maddie and Joe, and I freaked out and didn't. So like, I
remember that. That feels like so long ago now.
Right? That's a totally different Tawnie. But like, that's why I share that, because I had a couple people like, I wish I could tell my story like you do. And I said, I wasn't always like this. Like no one, like, we all grow and we share things in different ways. And it's just been so helpful and empowering. And like, I really want the community to know, a lot of times when I get nervous or I'm like, I don't know if I can do that, I'm like, I'm not only doing it for me, I'm doing it for like all of us. So it's super helpful to have the support.
Exactly.
And I saw Vinny's question.
I see Vinny asked, how's Europe? Are you home? Are you handling your fatigue while traveling, Vinny or Maddie? Vinny, so I actually just got home like a few hours ago, like this afternoon. And I am quite tired. I was texting Tawnie because she was like, oh, like, we're going live. I was like, oh, yes, of course. And then I, like, freaked out a little bit before and was like, Tawnie, I don't know if I can do it. Like, I feel, like, tired. Like, maybe we can do it later or another day. And then I just texted her, like, 30 minutes ago and was like, okay, let's do it.
But I love that reality. And I do want to say, I think it has been, you have done a lot of trips, so you've built up that stamina. I really do feel like there's different staminas. I know. And you're on a live. She's impressive.
I landed at like 3 p.m. It's now 9.
She's my hero. Because I don't know how I would do with that time travel.
If anyone here is tuning in from Europe, it's obviously super late there. But, I'm about to go to bed right after we finish this.
Exactly. So we're going to keep it very short. But like she said, she's going to cut it short. It's funny, though, because, like, I don't travel as much as Maddie. So, like, after I traveled, if you guys noticed, I did not go live as much. Like, I don't know how you're conscious. Because she's a rock star. Maddie is just, like, amazing. We love her and we appreciate her for that. So, but we are going to cut it short. So if you guys have any questions, and we will be live again next Sunday.
Exactly. Yes.
Wait, you guys are so
Tawnie,
great to travel.
Fun fact, next Sunday,
are you going to be busy?
I will be in the Bahamas. So
I love your life. I love this. Okay. All right. Well, it's funny. But then we like moved it. But yeah, she's definitely a rock star. I know. It's funny because I was like, Sunday, I was like, I should be free because I'm going to this. It's just in Long Beach, but it's only on Friday. But I have a feeling if I can do the whole thing, I want to. But I love that you're going to be in the Bahamas. And
we'll coordinate. If we have to do a different time, that's fine. We like to keep everyone on their toes anyways.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So, in fact, I forgot I didn't share this into the channel, but you guys can always catch the replays. We have started getting back to our interviews. So if you would love a Sunday spot, you guys know we usually do it 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain. Just message us and be like, hey, I would love to share my story. I also want to say, if you're like, I don't know what I would share, I don't have a great story. Some of our best interviews have been from people who have literally said that. They're like, I don't know, I'm in the middle of the shish and I don't feel like I can share my story. Like, that's even more impactful. So I just wanted to shout that out. And thank you guys.
But yeah, so message us. We do this every week. So the time may not be consistent. It is likely going to be 8 p.m. Eastern, but who knows?
She's in the Bahamas, baby. So if we're going to move it at a different time for us to get some Maddie in the Bahamas, we will do it.
We will do it. But yeah.
Love you guys.
I am probably about to
you need to go
into bed right now.
And it's earlier here, guys, and I was like, Maddie, we can't keep it too late because I need to shower and go to bed too because I'm a mama. So
yes, exactly.
We love you guys.
For all of us. So
rest up, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
We appreciate you.
Bye.
Oh, boop. I don't know why. If you guys were look, are these? It says hide chat overlay. Can you guys see these phantom ones that are like Kyle Clark? Are you going to do a get ready with me in your tail? I think those are old comments. I know if you guys were like, why couldn't we see Maddie? So we need 2 devices to do us both screens. Because she had been traveling, I was like, don't worry about it. I will just catch the audio because we are still uploading to Stroke Warrior Radio as long as the audio is okay. So the audio will be there because I know a lot of you guys, it's nice to just listen and be able to do stuff. So we love and appreciate you. Thank you. And you can